game time in Cleveland as the crowd is filling up the Quicken Loans Arena. For the Celtics, their last game a win against the Pistons.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when the team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
So, and Kevin, lots of standing around and watching by the defense that time.
And he makes them pay, doesn't he, Greg, out with that emphatic slam.
And, guys, that'll get his heart rate up a little bit, I can tell you that. Watch out. He can be a dangerous player when his motor is revved up that way.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Well, what a season for Kyrie Irving last year. Huge moments for him. 57-point outburst against San Antonio. That was a new franchise record for the Cavs.
I think a lot of it was finally being able to play with other All-Stars, quite honestly, Kevin. But you can't discount the work Irving put into the offseason to be ready for the regular season.
Green against LeBron. The drive by Green. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of beat is not going.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
It's an All-Eastern Conference matchup in today's game as the Celtics come to town for this one. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. With that road trip behind them, the Cavaliers ready to perform in front of their hometown fans here in Cleveland. It's an opportunity for them to play in a heated matchup like this, to play your best basketball. These are the games, guys, that show how well you match up against the other great teams in the league.
This is a team with high expectations, and they don't end with the regular season.
And they've been every bit as good as expected, Greg, rolling through the regular season, and they're gathering momentum as the postseason grows closer. I would say they'll be dangerous again in the playoffs.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Horford is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Green in at the 3 spot. 4 on the shot clock. Good D by LeBron. On defense, Boston. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way. And that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start to his season, his return to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging-type injuries, but things turned around, and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And that atmosphere that LeBron was after, I mean, he described it as wanting a family-like atmosphere.
Now here's Shumpert. Irving kicks to Thompson. Irving attacking. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you. And to touch on the Cleveland atmosphere, you know, you could see as the season unfolded, it became a big part of what LeBron was able to accomplish in Miami, starting to work itself into that roster.
Here's Horford, shakes him, and he lays it up and in.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
Irving kicks to LeBron. And it's blocked. Green against Shumpert. Green passes to Crowder. Hangs home the trifecta.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to the Hornets in Charlotte.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court.
And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Shumpert.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg. A clear look at the hoop, he doesn't miss many of those.
Thomas with the steal. Ball going up court. And Bradley gets it to go. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Celtics.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handler and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Shumpert off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
Celtics leading by 3. Right side, Thomas. He dishes it to Horford. The drive by Green. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. And now let's check in on the 2 guards from around the league and see which one of them is playing the stingiest defense over the span of the last 10 games. Amon Shumpert, 4th.
And this is a very intense group. I mean, those steals don't come by accident. I mean, they've gotten them through the effort, and they're willing to expend that kind of energy on that aspect of the game.
Well, the most active hands in the league, I think, belong to those fellas right there. I mean, that is one pesky bunch of pickpockets.
Here's Brown. After the basket by Larry Sanders. Brown throws it down.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was also safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a 3-point play. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Prize checked in. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. For Darren Williams, the injury-riddled campaigns just keep piling up.
Yeah, it's almost difficult to watch considering how good he was when he was healthy. I mean, you're talking about one of the most explosive players in the game over the last decade at the point guard spot. But the injuries are to overcome.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Hey, guys, for Darren Williams last season, all those injuries finally affected his shooting. 39% from the field last year, the second lowest mark of his career, and he just couldn't create space or elevate to get the clean looks he had grown accustomed to.
Now here's Williams. This game he had 12. The kick out to LeBron. Rebound, Boston. Their last encounter was in Boston.
And they had to scrape and claw to get the win the last time these 2 teams went head-to-head. It came down to a few key free throws at the end.
Yeah, you that's where KG teams often execute and get easy offense. Either they get to the line or they get something inside, and if they do get to the line, they make them count. And, you know, talking about Darren Williams, last year wasn't all bad. I mean, nearly 7 assists a game, 3.5 rebounds, a steal. Not the stocking stuffer he used to be, but he still battled and still contributed.
And he sinks the second. There's a minute left in the first quarter. Crowder with the steal. And a fast break now for the Celtics. But they get it there. Johnson outside. Back to Brown. Passes it to Crowder. Over in the corner, Brown. Here's Mickey. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. They set the pick. Here's Korver for three. Good. Korver's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Celtics have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. LeBron outside. On the wing, Korver. It's up a three. The shot misses. And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away from a... I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks boxed in his stockpile.
Well, I don't know how he would address that question, but I do know he's feeling... real good about his decision. I mean, taking the Celtics to the playoffs in just his second season. I mean, I think he's one of the bright coaching stars in the NBA today. It was the NBA's game and college basketball's loss when he moved on to the Celtics.
Well said. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested shots for the most part. That's why they've had success.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Boston. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Jonas Jerebko out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Zeller in at the 5 down low. Here's Shumpert after the basket by Boston. Outside Irving. And good on the basket. Book it. Irving's got the lead up to 2 now for the Cavs. Kyrie Irving, an explosive scorer. We all know that. His rate of assists continually dropping over his NBA career. And Greg, does he need to be more of a pure point guard?
You know, he does have the advantage of playing with LeBron James, one of the best playmakers in the league. It's a good fit, I think, at this stage of his career, because right now they need him to score the basketball while he continues to improve his point guard skills.
Al Horford is checked in for the Celtics. Green comes in for Crowder. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
You know, one thing you can say about Kyrie Irving, as he's got more talent around him, he's become much more efficient offensively. Shot selection has been a question for him, but no longer as he's gotten more help.
Some changes for Boston. Mickey's checked in for Jerebko, and it's Brown in for Avery Bradley, and he gets the bucket.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Now here's Horford. Pass to Thomas. Stolen by Thompson. Irving with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Irving against Thomas. Irving drives in. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
And Irving with multiple 55-point games last season. The first player to do that since the great Kobe Bryant back in '07.
Here's Thomas. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Now here's Korver. He has 6. The screen from Thompson. Irving drives in, and it's sent back by Horford. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. There's the pass to Green. It's Brown on the wing. They set the screen. Stolen by Thompson. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. Here's Shumpert. And foul called as he misses. He'll go. Line and shoot 2. Kyrie Irving may be the best ball handler in the league. There are a lot of guys with a good handle. He is definitely in the top 5. If not, he's got to be in the conversation.
Arguably the most talented player at his position. I mean, he can get wherever he wants to on the court. He's athletic, an unbelievable finisher as well. I think that's something that oftentimes gets underrated. Maybe the best finisher in the game.
Agreed. Now here's Smart. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Sweet little floater.
That is an elegant move to drop in the floater there, guys.
The Cavaliers have gotten 4 of the first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooter.
And you know, Kyrie Irving really ambidextrous as a ball handler because you can't play him to one side, and he's ambidextrous as a finisher too. He's so creative and crafty. Terrific at the rim with both hands.
Now here's Green. Amon Shumpert unable to get his last shot to go. Green, no luck.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Thompson dishes to Korver. Feeds it to Shumpert. 6 to shoot. Puts it up. Here's Thompson, banked in off the glass. And the Cavaliers lead by 3.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Now here's Green. On the wing, Johnson. Green in the post. Guarded by Korver. And Green gets it to go. Green's got his first bucket of the night.
And one thing about Irving's ball handling, he does a great job of protecting the ball. A very low rate of turnovers for a player as aggressive as he is on the bounce.
Here's Bradley. Now the dish to Smart from deep. Can't get it to go. And Cleveland the other way now. And Shumpert kicks to Thompson. Here's Love. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Sanders comes in for Kevin Love. LeBron, he's checked in for Korver. And it's Williams in for Irving. Now here's Williams. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. And stolen by Horford. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Bradley's got the ball. And there's the feed to Horford. And Sanders pulls it down.
And you can see the defender's afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
So it's the Celtics now, following the score by Cleveland. And with that shot, the Cleveland lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Smart.
The offense has a better flow, and it actually looks better here in the second quarter.
It does. They're playing with a little bit more bounce in their step and trying to close this gap.
Williams from outside. Another 3 for Cleveland. Lets the 3 fly. Oh, he hits it. And the first half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hope you've been enjoying the excitement so far. Ernie Johnson. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they traded. And now, folks, it's just about time for the third.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving is out there with Iman Shumpert, and it's Thompson in at the 5. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. Now here's Bradley following the shot by Tristan Thompson. And now LeBron pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That was a nice pass. I will give you that.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. And a new group in for the Celtics. Mickey's checked in for Johnson. Jay Crowder comes in for Green. Brownie's checked in for Avery Bradley. And Thomas subbed in for Marcus Smart. Now here's Irving. 10 points for him. And Thompson kicks to Shumpert. Lets it go from 11. And Cleveland again with the bucket. And watching Kevin Love, he can do everything on the offensive end, Clark. He's been that way really his entire career, going back to high school.
Yeah, his game is low to the ground, too. No explosive moves or dunks. He takes you on and beats you with skill. Good footwork, smooth shot, sharp passer, and an excellent IQ.
There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's foul number 2 for him.
And for Kevin Love, such a big part of that Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. I mean, they drafted him 5th overall back in 08, and really he had been their catalyst his entire career. Even last year when he decided he finally wanted out, he helped the Wolves land Andrew Wiggins in the trade that shook the league.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. Kevin Love, and we've kind of gone over some things in Minnesota with Greg, but Clark, Kevin Love probably wasn't long for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, it was time for fresh scenery, and that's why the Cavs offered up the house, including Wiggins, who eventually became Rookie of the Year for the chance to get Love.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Johnson comes in for Al Horford. And it's Avery Bradley in for Brown. Now here's Crowder following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Stolen by Thompson. Shumpert passes to Irving. There's a screen. Johnson with the block. Thompson with the bucket. Celtics trail by 9. Bradley dishes to Thomas. From deep. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Cavaliers have gone 3 of 6 in the 3rd quarter. 50% from the field. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Crowder. LeBron with the block.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Oh, that's blocked. And they get it back. And the shot is good. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Irving with the ball. He's got 10. To the paint. Here's Thompson. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. Kyle Korver. He's checked in for Shumpert. Kyle Korver. Celtics trail by 11. Thomas down low. He's covered by Irving. Here's Johnson to stop the drought. And it's Irving with the rebound. Cleveland's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. LeBron kicks to Korver. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Korver's got 8 points.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end. Well, we all know that #1 overall picks are incredibly valuable. I mean, they can change the course and face of an entire franchise. Last season, the playoffs were full of teams that featured #1 overall picks.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Thompson. Sanders comes in for Kevin Love. And Darren Williams. Is subbed in for Irving. Now here's Williams. He's got 6. He kicks to Fry. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Shot clock at 6. Williams, that's good. And guys, teams with the #1 overall pick tend to go very deep in the playoffs. Just the nature of how the NBA lottery and rebuilding structure works.
Yeah, and in the playoffs last season, every team in the conference semis but one had a #1 overall pick on their roster. So that one team was the Grizzlies.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Cavaliers have an Eastern Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend their home court here at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night, 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
All right, ready to go?
You take a look at the Celtics winning their last 3 games. They'd like to make that 4 in a row here tonight.
And making it look easy. I mean, a terrific run. And who knows, this may just be the tip of the iceberg. They could have a lot more wins in store before it's all said and done.
Oh, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. I mean, already they've got the league's attention. Other teams see them coming up on the schedule and know they've got their work cut out for them to beat this group.
We got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court right now for the Celtics. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Horford is out there with Mickey, and it's Crowder in at small forward. It's LeBron with the drive, and it's sent back by Horford. And now the fast break. Thomas with the ball. Passes it to Horford. Stolen by Thompson. Now here is Irving. 17 points for him last game against Charlotte.
Yeah, and it seemed like he spent about half the game shooting free throws. Credit him for really taking it to the defense. And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. Was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carom and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
Here's Crowder following the basket by Kyrie Irving and stolen by James. And so it's Cleveland with it. Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the Detroit Pistons.
And they tailored a fantastic, I thought, offensive game plan. And that went, I mean, they knew exactly how to exploit the holes in that defense.
And exploit them they did. I mean, they exposed them tremendously. They kept so much pressure on the defenders over the course of that game that the defense really never had an answer.
Now here's Shumpert. And it's sent back by Horford. Bradley passes to Thomas. Now the dish to Horford. Shumpert with the steal. And now LeBron pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Yeah, now Horford really has become one of those elite two-way big men. And that's very rare. You look at most bigs in the NBA, they excel at either one end or the other, but this is one of those guys that does it all.
And Horford at 6'10", a natural power forward who's been pressed into duty at the center spot, but he holds his own on the low block.
He also does a really good job, Kevin, moving his feet and covering in space, covering the pick and roll. He's outstanding in that regard, which is important in today's game. He's got mobility and a high IQ.
Boston, no good that time either.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Now here's Thomas following the shot by Tristan Thompson. Inside runner, and there's the call on James. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. Sanders is checked in. Bradley kicks to Horford. And Thomas, here we go. And the rejection by James. And here's the fast break. LeBron leading the way. Here's Irving. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And guys, everything we've said about Kyrie Irving over the years, now let's talk about maybe another area, and that is his willingness to give up the ball. LeBron came to town at the beginning of last season. Kyrie didn't even flinch at the prospect of being 1B to 1A. To me, that was a very selfless way of giving the mantle of that team over to LeBron.
I agree with you, and there was some question as to whether Kyrie would be able to do that at this point in his career, but ultimately that's what champions do. Kobe did it for Shaq, Robinson did it for Tim Duncan, and that's really what great players do.
Now here's Irving. Isaiah Thomas unable to get his last shot to go. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time. Bradley dishes to Horford. Thomas against Korver. Thomas goes in. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Now here's Williams. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Hornets in Charlotte, and he gets the bucket.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hand. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Horford in the post. He's guarded by Williams. And the dunk by Horford.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead. Right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
There's 1:17 left in the first quarter. That's good. Sanders has got his first points of the night.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Nope.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland.
It's the Eastern Conference on display, featuring the Boston Celtics. And as we start the weekend here on this Friday night. 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. With that road trip behind them, the Cavaliers ready to perform in front of their hometown fans here in Cleveland. Well, they're certainly excited about this one, and they'll be laying it all on the line as the intensity is palpable. Two top caliber teams facing off on the hardwood to do battle.
And really no surprise here, guys, at all to find them among the elite teams in their conference. And moreover, I'd say this is a team with a legitimate chance to win it all.
I'm with you there. That's a safe bet. I mean, they've played angry this year with an edge, really pounding down and beating up on people. As long as they save some of that fire and fight for the postseason, they're going to be a scary team to face.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Thomas is the point with Bradley into his side. Horford is out there with Mickey, and it's Crowder in at the small forward position. Now here's Crowder, who's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Bradley against LeBron. On the wing, Shumpert. Crowder with the steal. To the inside. And a foul on the shot. Will go to the strike for two. The Celtics shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And here are the Cavaliers. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
Yeah, just an amazing game when they met them last time out. Talk about a photo finish.
Yeah, really. And when we say every point counts, we mean it. I mean, that game came down to who made their free throws.
Here's Bradley, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. An even 3-on-3 break. In the corner, it's James. To the middle, here's Thompson, and he slams it one-handed.
Quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And Shumpert kicks to Love. And a miss there on the triple.
And Iman Shumpert, more athlete than player when he entered the league. 42-inch max vertical, shoulders carved like Michelangelo. But he had a long way to go in terms of his skill set. And you can see that evolution right before your eyes.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Inside, and stolen by Horford. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Now here's Crowder, guarded by Shumpert. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
You know what? A lot of three-pointers, but for me more so, it was the shot selection on those three-pointers. I just felt like they were just too trigger-happy from downtown.
You know, Greg, sometimes you're able to shoot your way out of the slump, but they just kept making things worse. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
Crowder dishes to Horford. Right through the D for the layup. Horford's got his first 2 points.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Thomas with the steal. And the layup's good off the glass. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Boston.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnovers.
Great D that time from Thomas. Last game for the Celtics, they pick up the win against the Detroit Pistons.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at him.
James in the post, defended by Crowder. Fades and shoots. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
It's to Mickey. He feeds it to Crowder. Here's Mickey. 6 on the shot clock. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
Obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you've played and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, sometimes you make some adjustments.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Channing Fries checked in for Thompson. Sanders comes in for Kevin Love. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Shumpert. And Deron Williams is subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Now here's James. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production.
Good. Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number one for them right now.
Smart with the ball. He's guarded by Williams. Smart misses.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Jerebko in the post. Working on James, and he gets it to go.
Well executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
Cavaliers trailing. Outside Korver. They set the pick. Right wing. And Sanders kicks to Williams. Three-pointer. No luck.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of it.
So we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. What do you guys think of? Celtics here in this one.
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Mickey out there with Horford, and it's Crowder in at the three. LeBron with it, now guarded by Bradley. Fry, good.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
2 summers ago, all anyone could talk about was LeBron James and the return to Cleveland.
I mean, you couldn't write that stuff, Kevin. I mean, it was unbelievable, the storyline. I mean, after all the acrimony between LeBron and the ownership as well as the fans. But you know what? He said it best. He truly is back where he belongs.
He's home.
Yes.
He's home.
And, for LeBron, he knew he had his work cut out for him in Cleveland. The younger team unseasoned in the playoffs, they had to remake the roster a bit and gain that experience.
For the Cavaliers, Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Fry. Love comes in for Larry Sanders. And Irving subbed in for James. Here's Brown. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
And LeBron and the Cavs, I think they'll have a chance to bring that long-awaited championship to the city of Cleveland. But LeBron's return was bigger than basketball. He said it was about hope and inspiring his home state. And no doubt that was accomplished in his first year.
Shumpert is checked in for Williams. Good on the shot. And the Cavaliers lead by 2.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. And And, guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for a minute.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Here's Shumpert. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Here's your Rebko. He's guarded by Love. Rebko inside, working on Love. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Al Horford's checked in for Rebko. Bradley comes in for Gerald Green. And it's Rozier in for Smart.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Shumpert with the steal. And pushing it up is Cleveland. The Cavaliers again in transition. It's deflected. Brown against Irving. Down low. His last outing, he had 8 points. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials. You know, even though they're behind, I love the job they've been doing getting to the free throw line.
We always like it when you're aggressive and not settling.
Bradley against Irving. The dish to Love. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And for Kevin Love last season, he didn't want to be called a stretch four, but the numbers suggest he was exactly that. Nearly 1 out of every 2 shots he took was from 3, a much higher ratio than at any other time in his career.
As Greg was talking about Clark back to Love, it wasn't his choice to camp out from 3 last year. It was designed that way to create operating space for both LeBron and Kyrie.
Yeah, and you think about it, it's hard to ask a successful post player not to play to his strengths, but Love made the sacrifice, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that, Kevin.
Korver against Bradley. Korver kicks to Irving. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Celtics trail by 5. Outside Bradley. He kicks to Johnson. The pass to Brown. Johnson with it. Guarded now by Kevin Love. Johnson dishes to Brown. 6 to shoot. Puts up the baby hook. And that's off the glass and in. Brown's got 7 now in this quarter. The Cavaliers leading by 3. And the Cavaliers call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Channing Fries checked in for Thompson. Sanders comes in for Kevin Love. Braun, he's checked in for Kyle Korver. As Aaron Williams is subbed in for Irving. That's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession. 1:43 left to play here in the half. Feeds to Sanders. Pass to Shumpert. 6 to shoot. Here's LeBron. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And you just look back over the career of LeBron, and you have to say he's an all-time great already. I mean, the numbers are there, the multiple championships, some already calling him the best small forward to ever play the game.
And the Celtics making a change here. Green's checked in. And stolen by Fry. James outside. Now here's Shumpert. Not a lot of room. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
Thomas passes to Crowder. Thomas inside. He's guarded by Williams. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And now let's take a look at the stats for Thomas. How last month turned out for him: 14th in three-point field goal percentage, 18th in assists. And with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And nobody's able to guard him out there. I mean, defenders have been trying to get physical with him, but it doesn't bother him. He just shrugs it off.
Cleveland leading by 3. Outside jumper. There's the pick. Pass to Williams. And the shot falls short this time. Celtics trail by 3. Right side Thomas. The tray. And the shot's good from Crowder.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
Here's Fry. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. James has got his 6th assist on the night. Outside Thomas. Here's Jerebko. And some nice defense there to end the quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, their playmakers were in top form tonight. They showed great court vision and great ball movement. That's why they had so many assists. It's much easier to defend guys who don't want to pass the basketball.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. We've seen Chen really having a great game.
But really, the numbers aren't gaudy. They don't stick out, but his energy and impact does.
That's right. Sometimes the stats are facade. I mean, he's passing the eye test with his impact on the floor, though.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. So on the floor for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Irving is out there with Iman Shumpert. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Thomas kicks to Green. And Horford, here we go. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
And Shumpert kicks to Irving. Trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. 6 on the shot clock. Shumpert, no good.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things their way, no doubt. They've been winning on the backcourt.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Near the three-point line, it's Thomas, and that one hits back iron.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
And guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to give help. And, of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backboard.
And LeBron with the assist by Irving. That's now 8 points for LeBron.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
You talked about Isaiah Thomas before. Certainly his short stature limits him on Clark, the defensive side.
Yeah, but you know what? He doesn't rack up a ton of steals, given his instincts and quickness. I think he really focuses on making his impact at the offensive end.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Korver's checked in, and then for Boston, Mickey's checked in for Crowder. Avery Bradley comes in for Brown. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. Bradley. And Irving pulls it down.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over. And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated in stride.
Here's Bradley. The shot will not go. So Cleveland will take it the other way. Korver dishes to Irving. Love the pass to Thompson. Outside Irving. It's a pick by Love. Korver.
Nice job again. That time to add to their lead. They're doing everything right at the moment.
Greg, you're exactly right. Good, solid, steady, no-frills basketball. Doing it in all aspects of the game right now, and that's a hard combination to beat.
Here's LeBron. Ball stolen. The drive by Green. It's stolen by Korver. Outside Irving. To the paint. Here's Love. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 5th assist in this one.
And really, this is the time to push it. Try to extend that lead.
I agree with you. I mean, anytime you can push things forward as you approach the end of the third quarter. In good position for that last quarter, which we all know is crunch time.
Outside Bradley. Horford with it. Now defended by Korver. They set the pick. Smart with the ball. Quiet so far offensively. Searching for his first points of the game. And counted. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
The defense has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And I'd be interested to know just how many of these attempts have come from inside of 5 feet.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Channing Fries checked in for Thompson. Sanders comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Williams in for Kyle Korver.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
And the call will be against Darren Williams. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And stolen by Williams.
I mean, you've got to have more awareness on the floor and not make those kinds of errors.
Yeah, brain fade, brain neutral error, and those will cost you.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well. And Al Horford is just a winner, guys. I mean, win 2 NCAA titles at his time playing for Florida. His teammates call him the Godfather because of how calm and quiet he is in terms of his leadership and the mentoring he provides. It's been the same here in the NBA.
Smart kicks to Jerebko. Fires for 3. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Irving's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. LeBron, no luck.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Cleveland moving it around. Here's Williams. And a kind roll that time off the rim.